You are watching this video right now because somewhere deep inside, you already sense that something is shifting, something quiet, something that the church does not talk about from the pulpit. And before I reveal what is actually happening, I need you to do one thing right now. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button on Mormon Insights, because what I am about to share might be the most important thing you watch about Mormonism this year. Stay with me until the very end, because there is a twist in this story that almost nobody is talking about, and it will completely change how you see this whole situation. Every single week, thousands of members across Europe, across the United States, across the entire world, are quietly walking away from the church. Not with anger, not with a dramatic resignation letter, just ... silence, a slow fade. A seat that used to be filled on Sunday morning, now empty. A family that used to gather for family home evening, now scattered in different directions spiritually. But here is the question that nobody is asking loudly enough. Why? And more importantly, is the reason you think you know the real reason at all. Most people on the outside assume it is about lifestyle restrictions. The word of wisdom, the law of chastity, the tithing. They think people are leaving because the rules are too hard. And yes, some members do struggle with that, but research tells a very different story. I want you to pause here and think about this. Then tell me in the comments below, what do you think is the #1 reason members leave the church? Write it down. I will come back to that. Now let me show you what the data actually says. A landmark study published by Pew Research Center and further explored by Dr. Dehlin through the Mormon Stories survey of over 3,000 former members revealed something stunning. The #1 reason people leave is not lifestyle. It is not laziness. It is not sin. The single most cited reason members leave the LDS Church is a faith crisis rooted in historical and doctrinal concerns. Concerns that they discovered on their own, usually through the internet, that they were never taught in Sunday school. We are talking about things like the Book of Abraham, where Joseph Smith claimed to translate ancient Egyptian papyri and modern Egyptologists have demonstrated the translation does not match. We are talking about the multiple accounts of the first vision, which differ in significant ways across different tellings. We are talking about polygamy, including the marriage of Joseph Smith to women who were already married to living husbands and to girls as young as 14 years old. These are not anti-Mormon lies. These are facts that the church itself has quietly acknowledged in its Gospel Topics essays published on its own official website. And here is where it gets really interesting. Here is the twist that I promised you. Most of these people leaving are not leaving because they want to sin. They are not leaving because they are angry at God. A significant portion of them are leaving because they love truth too much to stay silent about what they have discovered. They spent years, sometimes decades, being some of the most faithful, most devoted, most temple-going members you could ever meet. Mission presidents, Relief Society presidents, young men leaders, seminary teachers. And then one day, one article, one historical document, one Gospel Topics essay, cracked something open inside them that they could never close again. This is what researchers call a faith crisis, and in Europe especially, where critical thinking and historical literacy tend to be part of the cultural identity. This phenomenon is accelerating faster than anywhere else. Church membership numbers in the United Kingdom, Germany, Scandinavia, and the Netherlands are stagnating or quietly declining, while new convert baptisms are not keeping pace. Now, I want to ask you something directly, and I genuinely want your answer in the comments below. If you found out that something you believed your entire life was built on incomplete or misleading information, would you stay out of loyalty, or would you leave in pursuit of truth? This is not a trap. There is no wrong answer, but I want to know what you think, because this is the exact question that is tearing thousands of families apart right now. Because here is the painful reality. When a member goes through a faith crisis, they rarely leave alone. They leave and their spouse stays, or their parents stay, or their children stay. And suddenly the eternal family, the very heart of LDS theology, becomes a source of unbearable tension at the dinner table. The temple recommend that once symbolized spiritual unity now feels like a wall between people who love each other. And the church has struggled to respond well to this. In many wards across Europe, when a member raises a difficult historical question, the response they receive is often to pray more, to read the scriptures more, to not look at anti-Mormon content. But these members are not reading anti-Mormon content. They are reading the church's own essays. They are reading peer-reviewed history books. They are reading documents held in church archives. This is why the quiet exodus is so heartbreaking. It is not a story of rebellion. It is a story of people who loved their faith deeply enough to ask hard questions, and then found themselves spiritually homeless when the answers they found could not fit back inside the box they were given on the day they were baptized. Now, here is my final question for you today, and I really want you to engage with this one in the comments. Do you think the church can retain these historically informed members if it begins to have more open and honest conversations about its own past? Or is the gap simply too wide to bridge now? Tell me what you think below. Your perspective matters on this channel, and I read every single comment. Here at Mormon Insights, we do not come to this conversation with hatred. We do not come with an agenda to destroy faith. We come because we believe that honest, informed, respectful conversation about these topics is long overdue. Whether you are a devoted member, a questioning member, a former member, or someone who has never set foot inside an LDS chapel, this channel is for you. If this video gave you something to think about, something that stirred a question you have been carrying quietly, then please share it with someone who needs to see it. And if you have not subscribed to Mormon Insights yet, now is the time. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a video. We release new content every week that goes deep, goes honest, and goes places most channels are afraid to go. The seats are emptying. The question is no longer whether people are leaving. The question is whether anyone is brave enough to ask why loudly enough for it to matter. Thank you for watching Mormon Insights. I will see you in the next one.